Every single one of us who's wearing a wearable has the opportunity to prevent illnesses long term. Here's how. So when we take a look, there's 4 things that are being measured all the time within our system. Resting heart rate, respiration rate, body temperature, and HRV. We all know that when we go to the doctor, they're listening to our heart. They're taking our temperature. They're listening to how we're breathing. These are all things that are going to give us some information as to how our body is actually working. So first things first, resting heart rate. Our heart is extremely important in understanding what kind of strain our body is under. So if we see an increase in resting heart rate over a long period of time, something is going on internally that's adding stress to us. And when it comes down to it, it's a major sign that our body's trying to fight something off. If you go back to other videos, we'll put the link right here, where we're talking about HRV and its effects, the 7 factors that are actually affecting it. It'll be, you'll understand why that's a major one. But increase in resting heart rate, sign that something's going on. Respiration rate. If you followed anything I've been talking about lately, when we have something go on and have a respiratory episode, the rate at which we are breathing typically never changes. As we age exponentially chronically, we'll have a slight increase in our respiratory rate simply because our tidal volume, the amount of breaths and air we can fit in our lungs, is going to decrease. However, when we see a respiratory rate increase drastically, this is a major sign that there's been a respiratory episode. So onset of pneumonia, COVID, some type of chronic illness. Something has happened in a respiratory episode and it's worth getting checked out. Third one, body temperature. When we're sleeping, our body temperature actually drops. So it's a myth that we stay right around 98 degrees all the time. That's going to be the average. But what will happen is when we're working out, when we're all fired up, our heart rate is going to raise, our body temperature is going to rise. Typically to about, call it somewhere in that 99 degrees area, okay? But when we're sleeping, it can get as low as 97, even sometimes 96 and a half. So when we see a body temperature rise, when we're sleeping especially at that 98, 99, 100 area, there is, again, something to be said about internal load and something that's happening within our body that we need to support on the immune side. And lastly, HRV. There's many factors that affect HRV. And again, go to that link to check it out. But when we see a decrease in HRV over 3 days, that is telling us that one of those 7 factors is affected. And if nutrition, hydration, exercise, stress management, sleep are all on point, environment, then it all comes down to immune function, that something's under attack within our wellness system. So let's make sure we pay attention to these 4 areas within our wearable to help prevent illness long term. Go on it.